A lot of you are stuck in life and you don't know how to break out of it. This constant cycle of failure, shame, guilt, but you want to be great. You see success on the horizon, the family that you want, the woman that you would like to start a family with, the relationship you want to have with your family. Maybe it's not even external things. Maybe it's you want to look a certain way. You want to change your physique. You want to change your mindset. You want to be aggressive and ambitious and constantly tackling every opportunity and every task that you see around you. You just want to wake up hungry and go and get it. But what's stopping you? That's what we'll be talking about today. You have to be willing to suffer. I always say the amount of success that you'll have is based on the amount of pain that you'll be willing to tolerate. Because this applies across the board. It's not just in life. I always use life in the gym because I feel like the gym is a microcosm of life. It's life in its small world. It's so much metaphors in fitness and health. But the amount of success that you'll get is based on the pain that you're willing to tolerate. The stronger you get, what happens? The more weight that you have to put on the bar. But you don't feel like it's more pain over time. You're just stronger. So you can take that suffering well. The same thing in life. As you go up these new levels that you want to face, you don't pray to God for life to get easier. You're supposed to pray for you to get stronger, and then you're supposed to wake up and get to it and work for it. By the way, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. I ask that you bless my mind and my spirit with encouragement for these young fellas on the ground and help keep me on a straight and narrow path as I lead others that was in my position and continue to lead myself through all these human mistakes and ups and downs that we face in this life and this trial. Lord, help me live out my purpose. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Just suffer for 1 week. See, I used to be in this position and I've been here plenty of times. I can relate to this where you feel like you're doing good, man. You feel like you're doing good, but you're not good enough. Like, maybe you catch a glimpse of that, like, ride up to the top. But something, you start feeling good. I know I experienced this a lot where you got there from doing things that were healthy for you. You have good habits. I always talk about good habits. On every video, you'll probably hear about me address good habits because this is what really changes your life. It's not nothing extravagant. It's nothing shiny. It's the simple things. It's the eating right. Okay, so you'll be eating right. You'll be sleeping right. You'll be hitting your gym routine. You'll be working on your business. You'll be working on your social skills and feeding your mind good content. But it's like the moment you start to feel good and escape that bad situation or that bad and that negative feeling, you want to go celebrate it with something negative. You want to go celebrate it with a drink. You want to go celebrate it with going out and staying out late or partying or doing something that will quite clearly take you off of that path that you were already on. Now, and the problem is that you associate, here's the problem number one. The problem number one about not being able to change and staying stuck in that repetitive self-sabotage cycle is the mindset. The mindset of real life, real living is going out and living crazy and partying and doing all these things that looks quote unquote fun, that the world calls fun. I remember when I used to be in the military, right? And I was like 20 years old. I had just got in the military, or really I was 19. And somewhere along the lines, I turned 20, like after boot camp or shortly after, and I was in training. And every time when I was in training, you talk to different instructors about, yo, I'm getting stationed in this place, or I'm gonna go probably be over in this region for my military base. Is it a fun area? Like, is there stuff to do? And they will always say, well, how old are you? Can you drink? Well, you'll have a good time then if you're 21. Or if you're not 21, then they'll be like, well, when you turn 21 or whatever. And I always found it interesting that a lot of times they would say, are you old enough? Can you drink? Well, if you can, you'll have fun. And it's so crazy how people are programmed. And that's a whole nother thing in itself, that a lot of your thoughts that you believe and a lot of mindsets that you have aren't even your own. It's just that you've heard this enough that you start to believe that it's the real way of life. Now, back to the real topic, that people think, and they've been programmed to believe that certain things is how it's supposed to be, and that certain outlets are fun. Now, everybody has their vices, but I don't think that you should willingly embrace something that's destroying your life. Now, it's not to say that I'm sitting up on my high horse all high and mighty, because I do drink sometimes. Really, I barely drink. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I might drink like a couple times a year. I could, but it's just certain stuff that I see, if it's destroying, and it's certain people I love whose lives are messed up from it. And others people that I hear about it, man, they suffer from certain things so well. I already got enough self-sabotage traits to rewire and unwire in my brain and my system. So I don't need it anymore. That's why certain things I just stay away from: the weed, the drink. I don't even try to get into it, right? But it's interesting that they say that. And so my point is that people are going to try and tell you, when you're trying to change your life, why are you trying to do that? Why are you trying to eat so well? I couldn't even enjoy Thanksgiving this past 2025 because my eating habits had changed so much, and I've been eating so clean that when I ate like this again, all these oils and all this stuff, it just messed my system up. It didn't mesh well. And the point is that you're going to be going against societal norms and the things that your family and the people and everybody around you does. And it's going to be really hard for you to change. As it is, it's hard for you going up an uphill battle by yourself, but then you got other people around you, bugs in your ear telling you different things. And if you can separate yourself from these environments, the change is going to be a lot easier for you. Well, change is never easy, but it'll be easier. It'll never be easy, but at least if you self-sabotage, you can kind of figure out where it happened at and where to nip it in the bud, because other people around you, and you have all this coming in all the time, you don't need any disbelief. You can do it. You can already disbelieve. You can demotivate yourself as it is. Now let's get into the real point, because I don't want to just ramble on and on and on. But my point is, this video is really about changing and sparking that change. It's not about changing overnight. It's about getting on the path that's going to help you plant that seed in your life to be able to actually see the light and be able to actually have a goal that you can vision, but you can also grasp in your hand, that you can feel like it's tangible, that it's something that you can actually reach, and that you have a viable path to get there. It's about finding that viable path to actually get there. And the thing is, don't underestimate yourself. The body is extremely adaptable to changes. At first, it's going to be hell on earth. It's going to be hell on earth. That first week in the gym, painful. You might feel like you're going to pass out. You might feel like you're going to die. You might throw up. But you adapt. It's the worst one. Whenever I take a break off from the gym and I come back, that first week, it don't matter how long you've been working out. It don't matter how long you've been in fitness. If you take enough break off and you come back and you haven't been doing the right things and the right habits, that will hurt like a mother. And it hurts. But you understand that if you can get through that and get back in that flow state and that loop cycle, you'll stop getting that sore. It'll stop feeling like you're going to die, like you're using so much exertion power, that your nervous system is adapted. I imagine it's the same way for whatever bad habit and vices you want to quit. And whether it be to drink, whether it be weed, whether it be corn, whether it be sex, whatever vice you have, you're gonna be dying to get that hit to regulate your nervous system. See, at first, it regulates you, but then it inhibits you. First, it calms you down. First, it suppresses the emotions. First, it brings everything able to a space where you can tolerate it, where you can deal with it. But what you don't realize is death by 1,000 paper cuts. Slowly, tiny, a nick here, a nick here, a nick here. Now, next thing you know, you're bleeding out. You can't even leave the house without trying to get your fix, without fiending, scratching and itching for that vice that you thought was relief. And now it's captivity. So it turned from relief to captivity, right? And the thing is, you just got to be tired of being tired, bro. Don't you get sick of waking up every day feeling like you're not in a place you want to be and actually not even working towards it? Don't you get tired of seeing people around you somewhat try for their goal even if they fail? I mean, what's the other option you got? You feel me? Like, you're going to be in the same position week after week, whether you try and you fail or you don't, you'll be in the same position. So you might as well try, you might as well fail. But the thing is, if you try, you don't have to fail. Fortune favors the bold. Whoever wants to grab life by the horns, and whoever wants to live their vision out and actually map a plan and get there, if you're willing to stick through it long enough, some people, it might take a year, it might take 5 years, it might take 10 years. But if you don't pay attention to the time it's gonna take and just be willing and committed to the work, because I'll be quite honest with you, the work is the reward. The work is when you're in flow state, when you're in peak form. When you actually get to the thing, when you actually reach the goal, reach the destination, now it's low-key a burden because you have to find something else that keeps you aligned, that keeps you in flow, that is worth living for. When you don't have any goal, when I don't have any goals, I'm just drifting in the wind, bro. I'm just floating out here. I feel purposeless. I have nothing going on. It's like, well, that was fun. I got that. And don't let a goal be too easy, because then I'm gonna be like, dang, bro, well, I accomplished that one, now on to the next one. You know, that was nothing. I was light. Now I gotta find a new goal to get, because that last one, I blew it out of the water. So the journey is sweet, bro. But you just gotta find you something that's that's worth enough for you to stick to it and stay on it. But you gotta be tired of being in that same position, bro. You don't get tired of waking up anxious, feeling bad, full of regret, full of shame, the same cycles, the same loops over and over and over, going out with people. Surround yourself with those. Now, some people genuinely don't care, but surrounding yourself with those that don't even want any life that's better for themselves, they don't even care. It's like, bro, how can you live like this? You'll never change with somebody like that in your corner. You'll never change with a friend that is always wanting to encourage you and drag you down in their misery, and they don't even feel it. Bro, sometimes I wish I didn't feel misery, because the pain of not being aligned, the pain of misalignment already hurts. But misalignment, once you tasted alignment, bro, that's the worst. That's the worst thing. I wouldn't want nobody to go through that. But yet we have to time and time again, because it's how we learn our lesson. It's how God teaches you your lesson. The Bible says that, I believe it was David, and I don't know the verse word for word, but I believe David said, it was good for me. And I was talking with a coworker one day in the shop. It was a barber, and we was just chopping it up about Bible verses and about suffering well. And he was saying that David says, well, I was telling him, I read it. It is good for me to be afflicted, because I might learn your ways. What does that mean? It's good for me to be afflicted because David said, it's good for me to suffer. Affliction is suffering, so I might learn your ways, God. God puts us through suffering so we can correct, we can fix our bad habits, we can learn. That's the whole point. So we can learn his ways. Now we don't understand because his ways is higher than our ways, but that's how it works. That's how it works in this physical plane, in this 3D realm. Now, action steps. What are you going to do? We've talked about what it looks like, how change is made, but what are you actually going to do? So this is what I encourage you to do, right? I encourage you to cut out all of your vices cold turkey for 1 week. Cold turkey, 1 week, all of your vices. Cut them out. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It'll be hell on earth. It'll be hell on earth. I guarantee you, it'll hurt. It'll be painful. You'll want to go back to it. But that's the thing. Maybe you don't want to go back to it. Maybe you've been looking for a reason to quit. Either way, it's all in your head, whatever you believe. If it's not, here's the thing. Some stuff is in your head. Some stuff is really how it works. It's really physiological, really physical. And belief has a strong influence over how much it hurts or whether it hurts at all. But I will guarantee you that first week, it'll be a battle for sure. But I believe that maybe a week might be enough for you to spark enough change in you to feel that change, to feel that like what it feels like to get a breath of fresh air, to feel a break, right? And if you can go a week, you can go maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And the goal is not to do it perfectly from the start, but I want you to at least aim for it. At least aim for perfection. You don't want to aim to fail. I mean, if you aim, you already been failing, so why would you aim to fail? That's easy. You want to at least aim for greatness, aim for perfection, with the understanding that you're a human being and things happen. But there's no reason why you shouldn't be going for that, right? If you aim for the stars, the least you can do is land on the moon. So I encourage you to try 1 week to cut off all your vices, cut off the drinking, cut off the corn, cut off the weed, cut off the cheeks, stop smashing shit. I know some of y'all be all in these DMs, all on these dating apps. I'm not judging you, that's me. That used to be me. You feel me? Always like a squirrel, always looking for the next nut. You know? Loading up some corn because that's my escape from reality, or that will provide temporary relief, but long-term mental enslavement and just stuck. Just in that same position, trapped day after day, can't even see straight, can't even think straight, can't even make good eye contact because you want to self-sabotage and you want to choose the easy way out. Man, stop being soft, bro. Stop being soft. Stop taking the easy way out for once. Do something hard in your life for one time. Actually try to change your life for one time. What's your other option? What's your other option? Stay stuck, stay failed, people around you. You would be the one with the most potential, but you're caving, you're folding to people around you because they're saying what they think y'all should do, so you're letting them take the lead when you have the most potential to change everybody's lives? What's the other option, bro? Just stay stuck. And here's the thing, you say you want to change your life, but if you're at this point in the video, this video is, I'm at 19 minutes right now. If you watch videos like this in full, you like this type of information, you want to change your life, you want to do something about it. And I'm not judging you. I've been in this position before. I still go through this all the time. It's nobody that doesn't go through this. At the top, it only gets harder, but you get stronger, but it only gets harder. But you get stronger, but it only gets harder. So you have to be built for it. But here's the thing the point I was making was that you say you want to change your life. You watch videos like this, but when do you actually start to take action? When's the last time you cut a video off and you actually went and did something about it afterwards, where you actually said, dang, bro, that was a good point. Like, I'm gonna go try to put something in place. Now, many people will tell you to write this down and every morning say affirmations in the mirror and stand there. I don't like that type of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. That's not what did it for me. Meditating didn't do it for me. Journaling didn't do it for me. I'll say I did something similar to journaling. I would take voice notes and audio clips on my phone, on my voice memos of different mindsets that I was feeling at the time, just expressing myself. And then I would go back to it and talk with it about different things. Or, sometimes I would bounce ideas off of AI and just ask them different things about mindsets and psychology and give a lot of context. And not let this make every decision in my life, but just kind of find and understand clarity on why I feel like I feel and how to get to the place I'm trying to get to through a viable, healthy solution. And maybe it's not always that the point is, you need to figure out the system that works for you. Everybody is only going to tell you what they did that worked for them, but ultimately you have to do that deep search. You have to make that commitment to finding what works for you. And I know it's hard in your same environment. I know it's hard when you wake up in the same reality day after day after day, but maybe you could find some type of way to spark that change. It's a change of environment. Maybe you change your layout in your house. Maybe you tell your parents. Maybe if you're living with them, you're like, look, I want to do this. Maybe you don't tell them. Maybe you just start doing it unapologetically. The thing is, you got to figure out the way that you're going to change the thing that you're going to do. But you got to do it for 1 week, man. You got to figure it out. And here's what'll happen, right? You can't expect an immediate change. But if you can stick to it until it's stuck, you'll never be the same. Now, don't expect your life to change all in one go of getting on track. I always say this, and in a lot of videos I say success is not a straight path. It's up, it's up 3, it's down 5. It's up 9, it's down 2. It's up 11, it's down 12. You just get back, you get up, you get down, you get up and you get down. And you get up and it's just a constant battle. It's just a constant dance of trying to stay in that medium line and ride that balanced wave where you don't go too high, you don't go too low, but you just constantly improve slowly, little by little, just riding that up. As long as you understand that, if you can build a system, and a lot of this is about systems, a lot of sticking into it and keeping it going is about systems. If you build a system and a structure, now we'll get into systems and structures in a little bit of different ones that helped me kind of stay on my path. And even when I did start to spiral, help me not spiral too far. That's the next video that's coming soon, because we talked about changing, but now we'll get into the details about how to suffer for this and how to do it and how to learn how to tolerate it, right? But I believe that a lot of guys just need that one spark that can help them keep going, that can help them see the light, to see the vision, to see everything else, that they need, that they're lacking. And they're like, dang, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can. Because you don't even know what battles that you need to face if you haven't started yet. You can do all this. This is the problem with planning. And I've done this as well too. So the problem with planning everything before you actually take any action is that you don't know what it's really like. It's like theory. People in college, they do all this studying and all this book work, but when it comes to really being in that field, they don't know what the heck they're actually doing. Yeah, you understand it in the book work and by book smarts, intelligence, but you don't understand how to do it in the field for real. You don't even know what problems you're going to face because you haven't been there. You're not in real life with it, bro. So that's why you got to jump in the field. get you a little bit of a framework and a mindset of what you might do and how you're going to attack this and how you're going to plan it, and then just jump in the field. Because you don't even know what's coming. So you got to just see how it goes. And then that's when you adapt, you stick and move, you learn your way through, you wiggle through it, you get through the maze. But that's what I want to leave you with this video, man. What I want to say is, to wrap all this up, I want you to just cut out all your vices cold turkey for 1 week. I want you to spark that change in your life. I want you to learn how to suffer, right? This 1 week, if you do it for 1 week, it'll be hell on earth. But maybe enjoy that pain. Maybe embrace that pain for once in your life. Maybe stop running from it. Maybe face it head on, because the way out is the way through. Maybe stop relying on your own willpower all the time. Maybe pray to God that's outside of you and inside of you. But it's the higher power. Because us as humans, we only have a certain amount of power. We're not all powerful. We're not all seeing. So we don't know everything. Maybe ask God to make you stronger. Maybe it's good that you suffer so you didn't get caught up in this same cycle. Because if you didn't feel it, and if you didn't feel any consequences, then you would think maybe that's the right way, because it feels good. It does feel good. These vices do feel good, but they feel good in the moment. They feel good short term, and then you pay for it the rest of the time, the rest of the time after, as soon as you stop. But here's the thing with pain. Pain hurts now. It hurts. It doesn't feel good in the moment, but in the long term, it feels amazing. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. You got to get it late. You got to get it eventually. But once you catch it, once you hit that flow, you feel that same feeling you feel from all these vices, but it's that slow and steady pleasure. And it's long term, and it lasts. It lasts. It doesn't go away. But you gotta be willing to put that pain up first. It's something simple like changing your mindset, how you approach it. When I come to my apartment, I got a parking spot right here where I park in the front, right by my staircase, right? And when I come up the staircase, my stairs is right there. But then here's the thing. Sometimes I got a parking spot where it's none available in the front, and they go in the back. I'm going somewhere with this. I have to go over there to the side. Now I got 3 sets of staircases. So when I come up to the first one, when I come up to the staircase, when I have to park a little bit of ways from my apartment, I could walk all the way past on the ground level and then come first to I could delay the stairs until I get all the way to this side and then walk them up. Or I could hit the stairs first and walk all the way to the side. Now, hopefully that makes sense. But what I'm saying is, I take the stairs as soon as I get to them. I don't delay it. I don't walk all the way to the end and then take the stairs. I walk the stairs first and then I walk all the way to the end. And I do this intentionally because I teach myself how you do anything is how you do everything. If I face the pain first, head on. If I face the pain first thing, head on, then I will learn how to do this across the board in every area of your life. And the last thing I want to leave you with is that not only should you take these vices and quit them cold turkey for 1 week, but you need to do something if you're not already. If you're not already working out and doing fitness, you need to get into the gym. If you are in the gym, you need to go harder in the gym. You need to do something to make your gym journey actually show you even better results. You need to eat better. You need to consume something that's gonna power you up. Now we'll talk about this. This is another video topic that I just got about how to start your gym journey, or what changing the gym looks like actually. But I got so much content coming for y'all, bro. I'm really in flow state right now with this YouTube stuff. But the thing is, this is the last point I'll leave you with. because I'm trying to wrap this video up, but I keep thinking of new things. The last thing I will leave you with is that you can't just take habits and remove them, because that's gonna leave an empty space, and empty space is never good. That leaves room for the devil. Boredom is the devil's playground, or free time, or isolation, or whatever they say. So not only do you have to take it away, you have to replace it with something better. So it's not enough to just take the habit away and, damn, my battery's dying. You have to replace it with something. And the thing is, you have to find some way to fill that space, to fill that void. So replace the bad habits with good habits. Going to the gym harder, going out more, doing something to consume content, maybe not brain rot, maybe educational, maybe motivational at the very least, maybe whatever you feel like will be more aligned with your highest self and the best version. What would the best version of yourself do, basically? And replace those bad habits with those good habits. And spark that change that's gonna be the change for the rest of your life. If that's hard enough, maybe you need to go to boot camp. Maybe you need to go to the military. I don't know. But I'm sure you'll figure out what you want to do, as long as you make some real intention and effort to think about it and actually do that change for your life, man. I hope you had some good value and good advice or direction or something from this video, man. That's all I want to do. Looking back, pick my old self up, and what would I say to him? What would I encourage him, or even the man that's like me, like the position that I am? And don't think that I'm this perfect man or anything. Like, I still suffer every day. I got to go through this. I got to fight. Every day is a new day. But I just see the light clear as I continue to push forward. And it's not my own help, man. It's God. It's not just me. It's never us. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. That's it. We out of here.